What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to set out some catfish noodles in our pond, or Uncle Ricky's pond, with some night crawlers on them. We got our noodles right up here. I got 4 noodles that are loaded with rebar. That way when a fish hits them, it'll stand up and we know that something hit it or there's a fish on it. These are a little bit big of hooks. We might put smaller hooks on here because this is live bait meant for flatheads. I want that. And I got the night crawlers right here. Boom. You just saw one. Out these 4 noodles, I might add one or two more to the pond, but we're just gonna stick to 4. That way we can't, lose track of them. And I'm gonna take this boat right here. It's a little river rat that's been passed down to the family through years and years of passing down to the family. And it has like my name on the side of it because they get passed down to me from Uncle Hunter. This thing has made of more JB weld than aluminum. Uncle Ricky ran over it with a tractor because I left it beside the pond. So that's cool. And there's Rufus. He's also so cool too. I'm gonna put some night crawlers on these. I'm just gonna chunk them out. One right here by this pole, one somewhere over there, and there's like 4 equally spaced out in the pond. So they're gonna be loaded. I'll come back here this evening right before dark and I'll check them right before I go to bed. So I'll walk out here at night with a headlight, make sure they ain't got nothing on them, and then I'll wake up in the morning, come out here and check them and see if we got a fish. Take the ones that are already hooked up with good hooks on them. Yeah, that's about the right size hook. It's not a circle hook like I really like. Circle hooks, keep them on there. Yeah. Boom. I got these big swivels on here so they can't twist off. Boom. That's how you do it right there, son. The line is only about, I'd say, 2 feet below the water. So keep it loaded where the rebar is down towards the noodle. And I'm just gonna toss it out here. Well, honestly, yeah, I'm gonna just toss it out right there. Dude, no. I accidentally just popped off the noodle because I threw it wrong. That noodle is just gonna be like that because I do not feel like going in the water to go get it right now. I might have to go get it, I don't know. But next hook, this is a smaller circle hook like I like, because the fish will stay on there. I really don't know how you're supposed to throw these noodles so far without them, these are noodles you throw off a boat. All you gotta do is toss them off the side, but we're not in a boat, we're off the edge of a pond, so we have to try to toss them as far as we can. So it's kind of weird. Boom. Just like so. Take the noodle. I'm gonna try to make it to where this is better this time. I mean, that'll still probably catch a fish, obviously, but it's just that it'll be standing up, unlike these other ones, unless I throw it like that again. But I'm just gonna have to find a better way to toss them into this pond. That one's a little bit more shallow than I would like, but it is fine. We actually caught a decent blue cat in here. I think I would say it was about 10 to 11 pounds on a noodle, and only about 2 feet below or into the water. Boom. That is how you do it. Okay. So I just have to slightly toss it like that, with it like that, because that's how the noodle's supposed to look. And when a fish hits it, the rebar slides down like it did on that one, and it will pop, pop, pop. It'll stand up. That way you know that you have to check it because a fish is either on it or a fish hit it. So you have to rebait it. Our little noodle set up right there. But obviously that one didn't work out because I threw it wrong. That one has like a little live bait hook on it. I think it has a chance to catch like a giant bull brim. Has a chance, but more so likely to catch a catfish. Let's go to this other one. I'm gonna go change the hooks on these 2. All right, y'all, I went back and got the backpack tackle box with all of our catfishing gear in it, with all of our hooks and stuff. I got 2 more noodles. This one is obviously, as you can see, just a regular old noodle with like a pipe in it. This is the noodles we used to do before we figured out the rebar thing from other YouTubers. But this will still work, obviously, but it doesn't have the feature where the rebar keeps it up. So it's just about 2 feet in the water, about 2 or 3 feet in the water, with one of them circle hooks, or I think that's a circle hook. But just put some night crawler on there and just chunk her out. This one I can actually chunk out pretty dang decent because I ain't got to worry about loading it. And then this one, I'm going to put another smaller hook on here and put some night crawler on it. And I might save these 2, or I might save 1 noodle to put live bait on to try to catch a flathead or a bass. 1 more noodle and 2 more noodles added to it. That's gonna have night crawler. This is gonna have night crawler, and either those two will have live bait, or one of them will have live bait and one of them have night crawler. So, and I also got these nice 7/0 live bait / circle hooks that I'm going to put on these. Whatever ones that I use for the, you know, put goldfish on, I'm going to use these hooks. All right, we're going to open up our absolutely loaded tackle box full of catfishing gear. You ready for it? Boom. You got small circle hooks. I don't really want to use these. These are a little bit too small. So very small circle hooks. You can still catch catfish on them. It's just that you'll aim for the smaller ones and you'll risk a big one getting off. This is the circle hook that I want to put on. Bigger than these by not a long shot, by a good bit. This is big enough to catch a 52 pounder like I did in Empire. This caught a 52-pound catfish. You wouldn't think it that small of a hook, but it does hold on, and it hooked him. So this is big enough to catch any fish you want. This is perfect size. I'm gonna ship these in here for later, for when I put on live bait on one of those. So yeah, put him on there. I'm gonna get another hook just like it. Oh, there we go. So this one, giant. I think these are actually 8/0 circle hooks. Those black ones that I had in my hand, those are 7/0. These are 8/0 stainless steel circle hooks. Giant clip, swivel. These are freaking pain in the butt to, boom, just like that. Take it off of there. I'll put it with all of our 8/0 / 7/0 circle hooks. Take one of these smaller ones. Go ahead and put her on here. This is a little bit big of a swivel. Yeah, this is a big swivel, but if it worked, it would work. Just put some night crawler on there. I'm gonna lay this one out because that one is pretty much ready. And this one, like I said, that one's fine. One of these. So this one is gonna be used for our live bait. This is gonna be our live bait noodle. I might set out 2 live bait noodles, but I'm just gonna stick to 1 for right now. I set it out in that deep end over there where I've heard that there's been a 7-pound bass caught over there. Put that in there. Get her smaller hook. Go ahead and put her on there. Boom. These 2 are ready to load up and throw out. That one moved, and this one haven't moved at all. I'm just gonna toss one out probably. I might just toss this one out right up in here, or I might walk down the bank and toss them out. I don't know. So yeah, that one's gonna stay, and all these 3 are gonna have night crawlers on them. So I'm gonna close this one up. Grab our night crawler. I'm gonna set out this green one first. Thing about these hooks, I think you could save a lot of night crawler, because I think you only have to use about half of a night crawler on these hooks. But honestly, I'm just gonna fill up the entire hook with one big night crawler. Boom. That's catfish candy right there, son. Oh, let me wash off my hands. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out. Not wash off my hands because I'm gonna set up some more anyway. Our noodle is loaded. This noodle over here moved its way closer to the bank. Just gonna, boom. That right there is how you throw it. And the way I throw it is that way. It'll kind of go that way towards the middle of the pond, hopefully. Hopefully it does that, but that's good for right now. Let's go get our other noodle. I got this other noodle full up on the night crawler. Go ahead and I already have it loaded. 1, 2, 3 noodles out. One of them is already triggered because I threw it wrong, but 2 of them are like they're supposed to be. If that ain't catfish candy, then I don't know what is, because this is ultimate. There's a bass just went right there. Where do I want to throw it? Maybe right up in here. That'll sort of float its way over there probably. Hopefully it does. Let's go get our other noodle. Alright, we're here at the original noodle. The noodle that we've been using for a while. Wow, okay, that's a lot more than 2 feet of line. I thought that was about 2 feet of line. This is more so 8 feet of line. It's about 8 feet of line, 7 feet of line. It's a little bit deeper than I thought it would be, but it'll still catch a fish. Let's go ahead and put her some night crawler on there. This is like a little half of a night crawler that I saved from our last hook. Boom. And that right there is also catfish candy. Ooh, worm dirt everywhere. Really don't know where to set this stuff out, but honestly, I'm just gonna kind of wing it and throw it somewhere out in the middle of the pond. That'll actually work. I actually like where that's at. Hopefully that night crawler sinks with that swivel, because there's no weight on that noodle. Yeah, it's sinking, John. That night crawler and swivel is sinking, so that'll sink down closer towards the bottom. Hopefully don't get hung up because there's a giant tree down there. Dude, I honestly want to have one more noodle out with night crawler, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 noodles out with night crawler already. Do we want to add 6 with night crawler and then have 7 with live bait, or just have 5 with night crawler and then have, wait, no, hold on, I got that wrong. Do we want to have 6 out with night crawler and then 1 with live bait, or there's 5 out with night crawler and 1 with live bait? Because night crawler can catch anything. It'll catch a freaking flathead, it'll catch a bass, but unlikely. Probably catch some blue cats with that. But I'm gonna go net up a goldfish in our pool pond, or our bait pool, and I'm gonna throw him on here. And I'm gonna throw him in the deepest part of the pond over there. See if we can get something. Or no, I wanna go get one of our deeper noodles, because you wanna fish more so on bottom with the live bait. So we can try to catch a flathead. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. False alarm. I just thought that if I'm going to get a deeper, like if I'm going to get our deeper noodle, then this noodle might as well go ahead and get a hook change for night crawler, because since we're already here, I can just go ahead and pop out this swivel, that hook back, go ahead and put this hook on, and have another pole night crawler out on it, like I was thinking earlier. That way have another chance to catch a fish, and then I'm gonna go get our deeper noodle, net up a goldfish or a brim, and set him out so we can try to get us a flathead. Thought I just heard something hit our noodle, but I must be wrong. All right, so now I'm gonna close this up and close this up, because we won't be needing the night crawlers as of right now. All right, it's loaded. Let's go find a spot to set this out. Right out in here don't look like a bad spot. It's not too close to that noodle, but right about up in, no, I did it again. You know what? Bruh, why? I wanted to go toss it and it just freaking did that. I'm gonna have to fix that, because I don't want it like that. I want to actually use the noodles what they're meant for, but I don't know how to throw them that far out, because you know it's loaded like that. It's meant for just sitting down in the water, not throwing. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the night crawlers and put these back up in the fridge, and go grab our deeper noodle, net up a goldfish and put them in that deep end, and just let them do their thing. Those 2 noodles that were thrown out wrong, we're just gonna have to remember them and be like, okay, that one was already set off because I threw it wrong. I mean, you can still tell that there's a fish on there, because it'll be going like this up and down in the water. But what it's meant for is to see if the fish hit it and took your bait. Okay, false alarm. I'm not gonna put live bait on this deep noodle. I'm just gonna stick with well, long story short, one of the bluegill in our pond, in our pool, died. So I'm just gonna use him as like I'm just gonna use him whole. I'm just gonna put him on the hook. Maybe it'll catch a massive blue cat. Maybe it'll catch a flathead, because he thinks that it's a real fish and he's still alive. But I think it'll catch something. So I'm just gonna put him on this hook and see what happens, because I can't see in the fish in the pond, in the pool pond, because it just rained. It's so green in there that I can't even net up anything. So I'm just gonna put him on the hook. So at least he died. He had a purpose. So I'm gonna throw him out like right in here. But first, I need to unhook this. Lord have mercy. This thing is so long. Just gonna hook them like I would a live fish. maybe he'll have the impression, or he'll make the impression that he is alive. He smells very rotten, so I think he might catch a blue cat. Yeah, I'll throw that out there. Throw that out there. And he definitely hit bottom, so a blue cat might get him. So yeah, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? 5? No, yeah, 5, 6. 6 noodles out in Uncle Iggy's pond. I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow, or when I come back and check them within a couple hours and see if we got anything. If we don't have anything, wash that crap off my hands. That's disgusting. If we don't have anything by this evening, which I will come check right before it comes dark, which is in like 2 hours, come back here to check right before dark or at dark. If I ain't got nothing, then I'll let y'all know, and then we'll come back tomorrow after my basketball practice, and we'll get out here in the river rat over there that I showed y'all earlier. We'll come over here and check them, because I'll give you a 90% chance that there's probably a fish on this in the morning. So I already see some action with a noodle over there, the noodle that I accidentally threw wrong. So that one probably might have a fish on it by this evening. Who knows? I'm gonna pick up all our stuff, head back to the house, and I'll catch up with y'all later. All right, it is getting closer to dark. It's about an hour and a half since we went back there and threw them out. But my mom and Bradley are cleaning out the pool, and Bradley caught a goldfish with his bare hands. I couldn't catch one earlier because I couldn't see in it because it was so green, but he caught one. So I'm gonna go grab that and put it on the deep noodle like the plan was originally, and then we're gonna catch try to catch us a flathead or a bass. All right, guys, we have another noodle. I'm not gonna rebait the one that has that dead brim on it. I'm just gonna keep it on there. It still has a chance to catch a giant blue cat, so I'm just gonna use this one and throw it out close to where that other noodle was. That way it's in the deepest part with a goldfish that Bradley caught in this 5-gallon bucket. I have a lot of things over my shoulder. I have a life jacket on because I think I'm gonna test out the boat, make sure it's good and it is ready for tomorrow when we go to check them, because it got ran over with the tractor. I want to make sure it don't have giant holes in it, so I'm gonna make sure of that, and also throw out this noodle. Dang, that noodle moved far, son. It could have something on it. It moved from that side of the pond to this side. It's looking kind of fishy. Looking kind of fishy-ishy. Shut that down. We got the goldfish in there. He's a pretty big one. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that black hook that I had in the tackle box earlier that I did not get to use. Boom, 7/0 hook. Take that hook off, put it right there, and go ahead and take this, and just like so. The reason I chose this noodle over the regular old noodles that we had before, we made this noodle 2 times longer for this particular reason. We're gonna hook Mr. Goldie. This one's already been hooked before because we use this goldfish for bait. I feel like he's gonna swim off, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I honestly feel like he's gonna swim off. Let me test that theory. Hopefully he doesn't swim off right in front of our eyes. I still feel like he might swim off, dude. I don't know, let's see. Got plenty of goldfish, and I don't think he's getting off, but he could, because that hook that we hooked him with is a lot bigger than that hook, a lot thicker. So that hole is a little bit big. Yeah, look at that. That noodle moves, son. Looks kind of fishy to me. When I test out that boat, I want to move some noodles closer to the middle of the pond, because all these noodles are coming up on the bank since I had to throw them from the bank. There's a noodle down here. Honestly, I would say catfish candy, but I can also say bass candy, because that looks like a bass would probably swallow that thing. Okay, let's go test out the boat. And go ahead and cut right there. Let's go test out the boat. Got those set out, and like I just said, I'm going to check these couple of noodles. I'm gonna check this one while I'm on the boat. I'm gonna move most of these towards the middle because they're coming up on the bank and they're shallow. We don't want that, so we want them towards the middle of the pond. And I'm gonna fix these noodles that are loaded, and I'm just take them, put them in the middle of the pond. And yeah, I'm gonna have to move that live bait one too, because I did not throw it nearly far enough. It needs to go way towards the middle to even have a chance at a flathead or a bass, because I don't even think a bass is gonna eat that. So we got the boat right here. Made more of JB weld than it is aluminum probably. It's probably like 15, 20 years old. I don't know how old it is, but it's probably something like that. Let me get this out of here. Over here getting the night crawlers, and the bass, now I've been trying to get out the bait pool, they caught it. So I'm gonna use him for bait. Now, you might think this is illegal. It is, if you're on public water. This is private water, private land, and it's a private pond. So guess what? You can't say nothing wrong about this. So we're gonna put him on the blue noodle. Are we? Yes, we are. We are gonna put him on the blue noodle. We're gonna take the dead bluegill. We're gonna put him on one of the other 3 noodles that I'm gonna put Nightcrawler on. I'm just gonna put Nightcrawler on 2 of the noodles instead of 3, because I'm gonna put the bluegill on one of those and put him on the deep rig to try to catch a freaking monster flathead, or, you know, a monster bass, because there is bass big enough to eat this in there. So, yeah, using the bass for bait. Don't do this in public waters, because this is illegal, because he is too small to use for bait. So, this is just private pond. This is totally legal. My uncle's a game warden. Just letting you know. I know the rules. Right? Right. He'll probably comment on this video later. If I'm wrong, he'll comment on the video and be like, hey, no. And then he'll show up to my house and arrest me. And then y'all will have no videos from me ever again. Yeah, that'll happen. You're just gonna go in here for now. He should live for now, hopefully. Take the night crawlers out on the boat. And yeah, swap a couple things around, throw out a couple noodles, come back, grab the bass, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, let's do that. Well, I was putting on the night crawler on the hook. The GoPro ran out of storage. And now that I have it off my neck or whatever, I'm gonna show y'all what I got set up in here. Just a full setup. We got noodle, paddle. Yeah, pretty cool. Little boat. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we're in a pond, if you ain't figured that out already. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 noodles out. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 of those have night crawler, and I'm gonna add 1 more night crawler, and then I'm gonna switch up one with, I'm gonna switch up the one that has cut, or not cut, but a dead brim on it. Put a bass on that one for live bait. As I said, not illegal in my situation, but it is illegal if you do it in public waters. But this is a private pond, so we can do whatever we want. So yeah, we put a bass on there, switch out that, take one of these noodles, put the dead brim on one of these noodles, and yeah, and that'll be it for today, because it obviously is getting dark, and I'm gonna need a light soon. So let me go ahead and get to working. This one right here is ready. It is ready for fish ready. Let me get out a little bit further. I like that. I like that a lot. Those 2 noodles are fine over there. I'm trying to move this camera angle up for y'all. Those 2 noodles are fine. They're far enough off the bank. This one I'm not so sure. Perfect. I like that spot a lot. Catfish candy, son. Okay, goldfish noodle. Please, goldfish still be on there. Goldfish is confirmed on there. Okay, throw him back out there. Right about there. All right, grabbing the bass. This is actually like ginormous bait to catch a ginormous fish. So, oh my God, that's freaking flathead bait, son. Good. What's up, y'all? So it's the next day. It's like 11 o'clock right now. I got back from practice. It was like 7:30 to 10. And back here at the pond, I don't see any noodles standing up besides the bass noodle, which I knew he would probably set that off himself because that's pretty big bait. So I'm pretty dang sure that's just the bass that's set that off, and Rufus is getting in the pond. All right. So I'm just gonna go out there, make sure they have bait on them, check them, and rebait them. And this evening, I'm gonna come back here and probably bass fish some. He's just gonna fish while I'm rebaiting. Okay, the GoPro just ran out of storage. That was weird. Dude, like I think it's turtles that are getting it. I really think it's turtles, because the hooks are getting pushed up to the bank and they're just getting stolen every single time. Boom. How? I don't understand. There we go. And this bait's gone too. I don't understand how hard it is to do that. I don't know why it's so hard to do that. These had the goldfish on it. I think it was this one. Yeah, this one had the goldfish on it. It's gone now. And there you go. All of them are baited up, or rebaited, and we checked all of them. I can't get that blue one out, so I ain't got a knife on me to cut the line. What's up, guys? We did not go bass fishing yesterday evening because it was Memorial Day and we were grilling for Memorial Day. They're having a barbecue. We didn't get a chance to come over here and check them after I rebaited them. We never bass fished or nothing like that. So it was the next day. I got home from practice earlier. Well, off camera, yesterday evening after the barbecue, I went back here to make sure that there was nothing on the noodles. There was definitely nothing on the noodles, as in there was no bait on them. The bait was taken again, or taken. I don't know how you say it. I got every single noodle except for the blue one that was hung up in the first place that I cannot get. I guess I'll just use it as a marker that is a tree. Do not cast by it. You will get hung up. All of the noodles except for the blue one. Every single one did not have bait. I don't know what the heck is taking this bait, because they were only out there for about 3 hours. And they're all pushed up on the bank and they all have no bait. So I'm thinking it's turtles. It has to be turtles. We're gonna set out these noodles. So I'm gonna go ahead and push this in the water. As you can see, the inside of the boat is wet. It rained a lot this morning and the boat was left like this. So it had water in it, so I had to dump it out. All of our noodles got wet, but guess what? It's noodles. They're meant to be in the water, so that's fine. Do not lose it. I almost lost it. There we go. So let's go ahead and get our first noodle out. We're not going to throw them out on this side of the pond because there's way too many logs. So now hook the hook. Still sharp? Very sharp. So I can work with that. 80% of the hook. If it's covering 80% of the hook, then that is enough night crawler. Yeah, do not throw it like that. Should throw it a little bit further and kind of push it out with the paddle. Get out there. Get out there. Perfect. And just like so. I can go somewhere right there. Okay. What's up, y'all? It's the next day after practice. This is like day 4 or day 3. Came over here, walked over here, checked the noodles, just to see if they had anything on them. I guess a big gust of wind blew most of them to this edge of the pond because they were all over there in the middle. But
we got one standing up.
We got one standing up, and all of them were loaded and set right. And here's the test. It could be just, you know, a fish hit it and he's off. But here is what I did. This is what I did earlier to make sure there's fish on it. Took a rock and I threw it right beside the thing. Yeah, no, there's definitely fish on there. Earlier I threw a bigger rock and that sucker was going like this. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, yeah, definitely a lot better with weight in the boat. I told y'all we'd catch a fish or catch something before long if you keep on rebaiting and setting them out. I bet you it's hung up on that giant tree, but we couldn't get him off. Pull him up.
Oh, he's pretty decent.
Little channel cat. Nice. He literally tangled up everything.
Oh gosh. One literally just hit that. Check this.
That one had a bass on it. This one had a bass on it. And I thought it was stuck. And it just freaking jolted downwards. Let me see that, channel cat.
And
those two lines that he's hung up on is these two noodles.
He's tied up on 3 lines, so a fishing line, like a
nylon string?
No, not nylon string. And here's braid.
This is kind of brutal. Yeah, because he was hooked for too long. And he tried to twist himself off. Very resilient fish. But he's dehooked. That is a freaking ball of mess right there. So obviously, as you can see, his eye is messed up. He cannot see out of his right eye. He's a very resilient fish. I think he could still live. I mean, he survived on here for a while. This is a nice little channel cat. On the noodle, finally, after rebaiting it over and over again. But we're gonna release him back into here. He's not feeling so good.
Something's on here, but
there he went. He's freaking resilient, son. I swear, when you pulled it up, it freaking jolted under what like this blue noodle did. All right, y'all. So we're just gonna go ahead and head back to the pond, pick up all the noodles after we caught that channel cat earlier. Just gonna pick them all up. I'm gonna cut the blue one. I'm gonna try to pull them out, either straighten the hook or break it off, because I don't want them dying. And if maybe there isn't a fish on there, maybe it's just hung up. Who knows? Either I'm gonna cut it or just try to pull it out or straighten the hook and get it out of there and pick up all the noodles because it's about to rain. So I think that does it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. And if you want to see more, subscribe. And look at that snake. Is that the snake that you saw? That snake right there is about 6 foot. Done with this video. If you want to see some more videos from us, hit the like button, click subscribe, and check out our other videos. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.